Hi teachers, this is Peter Adams with the News Literacy Project with a News Lit Bit. This is a quick, casual explanation of a piece of information that you can use to drive news literacy learning in your classroom. This News Lit Bit is about a viral piece of content about popcorn and cell phone radiation. This came to me authentically, virally, in a viral email, although you also see it circulate on social media. And the email had this subject line, and the person who sent it to me said that whatever is to follow made a believer out of them. Someone else in the email chain said that they had to admit this makes them sick. So that piqued my interest, and then when I got to the bottom, this is what I found. It's a note comparing comparing a cell phone radiation to a microwave and speculating about what it does to our head, and there's a link there, and when I clicked it, I found this video, which appears to just be three friends hanging out, drinking some orange juice, and they have 6 cell phones and 4 or 5 popcorn kernels there on the table. They take 3 of the cell phones and place them around the popcorn kernels, and then they use the other 3 phones to call the 3 phones on the table. They let them ring for a while. One person is skeptical. One person is assuring everyone that it's going to work. There's a shaky camera. It's kind of a low-quality footage. Clearly looks like a piece of raw information like you find often on YouTube. Just user-generated video of some folks hanging out doing something cool. And sure enough, after a certain amount of time, the kernels appear to pop. What's interesting about this is that it is a hoax. It is in fact a piece of non-traditional or guerrilla marketing by a company named Cardo Systems, who makes Bluetooth headsets. This came out in late 2008, early 2009, and actually in summer of 2008 is when the video was sort of debunked. And this was right about the time that the FCC was looking at cell phone radiation, right about the time that smartphones were making a big leap forward with the advent of the first iPhone, and states were beginning to require hands-free devices for driving, California among them. So this is just a great way to engage students about the changing nature of information in the digital age, the blurring of lines between different kinds of information, the way advertisements especially often disguise themselves as something else to be more compelling. So for example, you could have a great discussion with students asking them why they think Cardo Systems didn't just make a traditional advertisement talking about legislation, talking about radiation, and put their brand on it, and why they felt maybe it was more effective to make a raw-seeming video. And actually this video was viewed over 4 million times on Facebook. And if you look at the links attached to the entry here, you will see an entry from Wired that covers Cardo Systems sort of fessing up to being behind this. They actually hired an ad agency to produce it, to make it very convincing. There is a version of it in which cell phones cook an egg on Snopes, and then the popcorn version is also here on Snopes. The LA Times kind of connected this to the hands-free legislation and tied the uptick in this kind of marketing to that legislation. Cardo Systems is not the only company to have done something like this. And then an ad watchdog that's a division of the Better Business Bureau actually issued a condemnatory statement about these kinds of things. So this is a great driver of critical thinking for students. It's a great do now. It could be the basis of a whole period looking at this particular angle of media ethics, faked or staged raw videos that are meant to seem real. Is that just effective marketing, or is there something unethical about the practice? If you decide to use this in the classroom and you have a great experience, we would encourage you to share it with us on our social media channels. You can find us on Facebook. You can tweet at us, you can tweet at me, or you can find us on Google+. Thanks so much for listening to this News Lit Bit, and we'll see you around.